Today is 9/11, and today America remembers the deadliest terrorist attack in our history. We also are reminded that the threat from Islamic terrorism is far from over.
Al-Qaeda launched the attack on 9/11, and today another group of terrorists, ISIS, is also promising to strike the United States. George Thomas has the story.
14 years on, Al-Qaeda and its affiliates are still plotting death against the enemies of Islam.
Al-Qaeda has actually expanded its reach since 9/11 and is present in more countries today than it was on 9/11 when we were attacked.
And unlike in 2001, experts say the terror threat today is more pervasive, as terrorists, often operating in small cells or as lone wolves like the Boston bombers, are driven to murder and mayhem in the name of Islam. CBN News terrorism analyst Eric Stakelbeck says ISIS, unlike any other terror group, has mastered the call to jihad.
ISIS, among the younger generation of jihadis, George, especially here in the West, ISIS is the cool thing. They're so active on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. They're everywhere. ISIS is a phenomenon.
And that phenomenon continues to gobble up vast swaths of territory in the Middle East, leaving behind a reign of terror and tears.
We fled from ISIS and the Syrian regime. And even before yesterday, ISIS has entered our village, so we had to flee.
Formed in 2013, ISIS has quickly become a virulent, wealthy, transnational terror organization that is constantly recruiting. And now a U.S. official has told the BBC they're also using chemical weapons in Iraq and Syria.
And they have tentacles everywhere. People don't know that they're not just in Iraq and Syria, where they already control the territory the size of Great Britain, but because they claim to be the only legitimate government among Muslims all around the world, the caliphate, they also have territory in Libya, and they have gotten the allegiance of other jihad groups in Nigeria, the Philippines, Yemen, all over the world.
And remember when President Obama referred to ISIS as the JV team? Well, revelations this week by the Daily Beast that senior intelligence officials were altering reports on ISIS to fit the president's assertion that the U.S. was winning the war against them and other terrorists in Syria and Iraq.
He wants to give the portrayal that ISIS is on the run, that limited U.S. airstrikes, by the way, are having a great effect on ISIS. But meanwhile, George, the facts on the ground say otherwise.
But ISIS and Al-Qaeda remain deeply opposed to each other, with the head of Al-Qaeda, Ayman al-Zawahiri, just this week releasing a tape blasting ISIS leader Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi. But the two groups remain committed to their mission against their enemies. And not to be outdone by ISIS, Al-Qaeda is out with their latest magazine, issued days before today's anniversary. In it, the group calls for more lone wolf attacks and assassination operations against some of America's richest men, including Bill Gates, the Koch brothers, and Warren Buffett. As America remembers the horrific scenes of that day 14 years ago, authorities are still concerned about both another major terror attack as well as those lone wolf operations, and the possibility that such attacks, like the ones in Paris this year and elsewhere, could become more and more common. And like 9/11, they would be carried out in the name of Islam. George Thomas, CBN News.
Well, it's a reminder today that we need to be vigilant, but it's also a reminder that we're in a war of ideas. How has ISIS been so successful? It's because of their idea that they are the caliphate, they are the legitimate government of all Muslims throughout the world. And how do you combat that? Well, you have to combat it in the same way. You have to combat it as a war of ideas, that your ideas about God are wrong. If you think you blow yourself up in a marketplace, you're going to heaven, you're wrong. If you think you carry out these horrible attacks and murder other people, you're not going to heaven. And that's the place where we need to be. That's the place where the church needs to be. And now more than ever, we need to preach the gospel. Well, in other news, political leaders and pro-life women came together in Washington for a common cause to stop taxpayer money from going to Planned Parenthood. Ephraim Graham has that story from the CBN Newsroom. Ephraim?
Gordon, the women protesting Planned Parenthood joined Senator Rand Paul and Governor Sarah Palin in front of Capitol Hill Thursday. Some women told of their experiences with the group. Nancy Tanner, regional coordinator of the Silent No More awareness campaign, spoke of having an abortion at Planned Parenthood.
I was expecting some level of health care. I was pushed onto a table, and a doctor came in without introducing himself, started suctioning, and I was told I'd just feel some pressure and that I'd be fine. Well, it wasn't just pressure, it was excruciating pain.
Senator Paul is trying to stop any more tax dollars from going to Planned Parenthood. He hopes to make funding the organization a separate measure from the budget, so supporters of Planned Parenthood will have to come up with enough votes in the Senate to pass it. He doesn't think they can.
If you put it as a freestanding bill, it takes 60 votes to fund it. So I don't think we should look at defunding it. We should say, how does the other side have enough votes to actually fund it? And frankly, they don't have 60.
Planned Parenthood currently gets more than $500 million in taxpayer funding. In the country of Myanmar, formerly known as Burma, most of the population is Buddhist, but they're learning about the God of the Bible through a television show, Superbook. Lucille Toulousan brings us that story.
For several months now, Superbook, dubbed in the Burmese language, has been airing on national television in Myanmar.
The people here who are mostly Buddhists are watching Superbook, and they're saying they're getting to know the God of the Christians and are experiencing Him to be real in their lives.
On Mamon chanced upon Superbook when she turned on their television. Although she is Buddhist, she persuaded her only daughter Yamin Oh to watch the animated show because she wanted her to know Jesus.
Since I was young, I had Christian friends, and through them, I learned a little about their God, but I was not serious about it. 3 years ago, I was diagnosed with liver cancer, and the doctor told me I only had 6 months to live. I became very weak. I went to the Buddhist temple, but I prayed to Jesus, and after that, I became strong and I got healed. And because of this experience, I also want my daughter, who only knew Buddha, to come to know the God of the Christians by watching Superbook.
At first, I was attracted to the animation, but I also liked the stories in the Bible. I saw the love of God for all the people. In the story, He is risen. I am touched by His great sacrifice for all the people. I am happy that Jesus became alive again.
Yamin Oh learned to pray to Jesus, and Jesus answered her prayers.
I was very nervous for the result of my exam because I did not pass before. But I prayed very hard, and when the result came, I passed the exam. Jesus helped me.
As a regular viewer of Superbook, Yamin Oh joined the quiz and drawing contest, and she won in both. But a more important activity for the mother and daughter is the regular prayer time they have with CBN Myanmar staff AA Tain.
Watching Superbook on TV is only for a moment. When I visit the viewers, I have the opportunity to counsel them and pray for them. And we are able to dig deeper into the lessons of these Bible stories.
On this particular visit, AA Tain sang the Superbook theme song with Onmar Mon and Yamin Oh. She explained to them the meaning of the song, Jesus' death on the cross, and His resurrection to save the lost. After which AA Tain led them to a prayer of surrender to Jesus.
Superbook helped me trust in God more. I saw how Jesus loved the people. And this gave me peace that if I die, I am assured that God will take care of my daughter. And so I surrendered everything in God's hands.
With the help of church partners, CBN also conducts Superbook screenings in Sunday school and in homes, where family and friends can watch together and get to know more about the God of the Christians. Lucille Toulousan, CBN News, Yangon.
And Superbook is not just for children. Gordon?
All right, it's not just for children, but it is for the children of the world, for the people of the world. If you are interested in seeing the stories of the Bible broadcast to the children of the world, distributed around the world. We're on satellite television throughout the Arabic world, in Arabic, in Farsi, in Turkish, in Urdu. We're in Telugu for India, in Hindi in India. We're in Bahasa, Indonesia for Indonesia. And you are making it possible. And if you want to be a part of it, not a part of it, all you have to do is join the Superbook DVD Club and call us, 1-800-759-0700, and say, yes, I want to join. How much is it? It's just $25, and every time a new episode of Superbook comes out, you'll be the first to receive it. We'll send you not just one copy, we'll send you 3 copies so you can distribute it. And right now we're having a wonderful offer for you where you can get 6 DVDs. You'll get 3 DVDs of Isaac and Rebecca, the latest episode, and then we'll add 3 more to it. Let My People Go, Jonah and Noah and the Ark. And so if you want 6 DVDs, join the Superbook DVD Club now. 1-800-759-0700. Wendy?
Gordon, I just watched the new one, Isaac and Rebecca.
You like it?
Very romantic.
Oh, it's a love story.
It is a love story, but it is so cool.
So for single women everywhere.
You got to get it. Superbook, not just for kids.